Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Future Force. Please subscribe and like my videos. Today we are going to take a deep and detailed look at one of the most dramatic, shocking and strategically significant events of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the attack on the Crimean Bridge, also known as the Kerch Bridge. This bridge is more than a simple structure. It is a political symbol, a strategic lifeline, and a critical supply route that connects Russia to the Crimean Peninsula, which it annexed in 2014. The attack on this bridge was not only a military strike, but also a psychological and logistical earthquake that sent ripples across the region, altered the war's dynamics, and became a moment of international attention. In this long and detailed explanation, we will explore how this attack was planned, what methods were used, how it was executed, what kind of immediate and long-term impact it has had on Russia and Ukraine, and why this single event holds such great significance in the context of the entire war. The Crimean Bridge stretches nearly 19 kilometers over the Kerch Strait, making it the longest bridge in Europe. It consists of a four-lane road bridge and a parallel rail bridge that carries civilian, commercial, and military traffic between mainland Russia and Crimea. For Russia, it was a monumental project, constructed after the annexation of Crimea to show that Crimea was permanently integrated with the Russian Federation. President Vladimir Putin personally inaugurated the bridge in 2018, driving the first vehicle across it, turning it into a centerpiece of national pride and a symbol of irreversible control over the peninsula. For Ukraine, however, the bridge has always been seen as an illegitimate structure built on occupied land and a key target for any efforts to disrupt Russia's occupation. The attack on the Crimean Bridge involved a combination of ingenuity, precision, and daring. While the full operational details remain classified, various reports and intelligence leaks have suggested that the strike may have involved unmanned surface drones loaded with explosives, timed to impact the bridge's structural supports during a critical moment of traffic flow. Some analysts argue it was a truck bomb. Others point to a possible coordinated explosive charge triggered remotely, and still others believe it was a hybrid operation using both land-based and sea-based elements. The exact moment of impact caused a massive explosion that engulfed a section of the bridge in flames, collapsed a portion of the roadway, and heavily damaged the railway track above. Vehicles caught in the blast burned intensely, sending plumes of black smoke high into the sky and creating dramatic scenes that were broadcast globally within minutes. The interior aspects of this operation reveal how complex modern warfare has become. This was not a random act of sabotage. It was a meticulously planned mission involving intelligence gathering, surveillance, technological adaptation, and perhaps even foreign advisory input. Weeks or even months of reconnaissance would have been necessary to map out the bridge's vulnerabilities, study the timing of shipments, track patrols, and identify weak points in the structure. Unmanned drones, both aerial and maritime, may have been used for reconnaissance to feed real-time images back to Ukrainian planners. The explosive payloads were likely engineered to deliver maximum structural damage with minimum resources, creating both physical destruction and long-term disruption. It is also possible that electronic warfare measures or cyber interference were used to distract or disable some of the bridge's monitoring systems. The fact that such a heavily guarded and monitored piece of infrastructure could be struck so effectively shows how warfare has shifted towards precision, asymmetry, and innovation. From a performance perspective, the attack was a success in several key ways. First, it achieved its immediate tactical goal. It disrupted Russia's critical supply line to the southern front, including areas such as Kherson and Zaporizhia. This supply line was essential for transporting ammunition, fuel, heavy equipment, and reinforcements. Second, it delivered a strategic message to Moscow that no matter how far they build their defenses, no structure is untouchable. Third, it bolstered Ukrainian morale and demonstrated to its citizens and international allies that Ukraine is capable of striking at the heart of Russian infrastructure. Fourth, it forced Russia to redirect significant resources to repair the bridge, reroute supplies via the land corridor through occupied southern Ukraine, and increase the defense of similar strategic assets, thereby stretching its logistical and military bandwidth. The safety measures that were in place on the Crimean Bridge included air defense systems, constant surveillance, naval patrols, and strict traffic monitoring. Russia had been aware that the bridge would always be a potential target and had invested heavily in protecting it. Yet the attack revealed serious flaws in this defensive network. Drones and low-profile explosive devices managed to evade detection, whether due to radar blind spots, human error, or technological limitations. After the attack, Russia rapidly increased its protective measures, adding more naval nets, expanding radar coverage, deploying additional troops, and even using smoke generators to obscure the bridge from satellite imagery and aerial reconnaissance. However, the damage had already been done. The myth of the bridge's invulnerability was shattered. One of the unique aspects of this event is its symbolic weight. Unlike battles fought in trenches or open fields that may not capture international headlines, the Crimean Bridge was a symbol of Russian power. Its destruction or partial disablement resonated far beyond the battlefield. It was featured in major news outlets, analyzed by military strategists worldwide, and celebrated in Ukrainian media as a sign of resistance and ingenuity. For the Russian side, it was an embarrassment and a painful reminder that their claimed territories are still contested and vulnerable. For Ukraine, it became a rallying cry, a proof of capability, and a demonstration to its allies that their support is leading to tangible results. In terms of the price, this operation cost Ukraine very little compared to the massive losses it inflicted on Russia. A handful of unmanned vehicles, some explosive materials, intelligence effort, and coordination achieved damages worth hundreds of millions, perhaps even billions of dollars. Repairs took weeks, supply chains were disrupted, and Russia had to spend vast sums on increased defense measures. The psychological cost for Russia was even higher, as it created fear among civilians and soldiers that nowhere is truly safe. This imbalance of cost versus effect makes the attack a textbook example of asymmetric warfare, where a weaker side uses unconventional methods to inflict outsized damage on a stronger opponent. The consequences of the attack went beyond the bridge itself. It impacted the timing and strategy of Russian troop movements, slowed down their logistical capabilities in southern Ukraine, and gave Ukraine a window of opportunity to push its counteroffensive operations in other areas. It also influenced the international stage. Western nations saw this as proof that their military aid was making a difference, while Russia used the incident to justify more intense strikes on Ukrainian infrastructure, claiming it was retaliation. The attack also triggered debates on the legality of striking infrastructure that serves both civilian and military purposes, a gray area in modern warfare where dual-use facilities become targets. In the weeks that followed, Russia repaired parts of the bridge and restored partial traffic, but the psychological wound remained. The image of a burning, collapsing section of the bridge became etched in public memory. It also set a precedent. The bridge has been targeted more than once since then, each time reinforcing the narrative that it is a contested lifeline, not an untouchable symbol. Ukrainian forces have hinted that they will continue to target it as long as it remains a channel for Russian military supplies. As the war evolves, the Crimean Bridge stands as a case study in the importance of infrastructure in modern conflicts. Wars today are not won solely by territorial occupation, but by controlling logistics, supply chains, energy routes, and information flow. By hitting a single bridge, Ukraine forced Russia to rethink its entire southern supply strategy. It also sent a clear message to other occupying forces that no matter how solid a structure seems, determined resistance coupled with innovative tactics can turn it into a weak point. In conclusion, the attack on the Crimean Bridge is one of the most daring, impactful, and symbolically rich episodes of the Russia-Ukraine war. It demonstrated that strategic infrastructure, even if heavily defended, can be vulnerable when facing a determined and creative adversary. It changed the way both sides planned their logistics and defense, inspired new approaches to asymmetrical warfare, and reminded the world that in modern conflicts, symbols are as important as supply lines. The bridge, once a monument of dominance, now carries the memory of vulnerability. Ukraine, by carrying out this operation, not only disrupted the physical link between Russia and Crimea, but also struck at the psychological link that held the illusion of permanence together. For the people watching worldwide, it became a moment of realization that wars are not fought only by armies in open fields, but also by strategic minds who understand that one well-placed strike can shift the balance of an entire front.